Oh, sorry.
Today I'm here with Jonathan Best, the director and organizer of the Commusikey, which is a non-profit organization for community building through music.
You got it exactly right.
So today I would like you to show me a tour of Commusikey.
Sure.
What is this thing all about?
Okay, well let's, we moved into Prescott College early last year. So that is an exciting development, because now we get to work with the college that's also so community oriented. And we can do all kinds of back and forth thing with the students and the community.
Mm-hmm.
This is our latest piano acquisition. It was donated to Commusikey. It's a nice little baby grand.
So what days are you available for Commusikey?
Oh, I'm here all the time. I mean, everywhere I go, Commusikey goes wherever I go.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not
So it's open 24/7. Yeah,
Oh,
it's mobile.
okay. So how are you doing today?
I'm feeling good. It's really good to have you here, and I feel like it's an opportunity to show off. Yeah.
So where are you from?
I was born in New York State, just north of the Jersey border.
So what got you into music, man?
Wow, that's such a good question. I feel like on one level, it was simply that my job was to clean the ivories on the piano. So like I heard the sounds coming out and I was, mystified and it was like magic. But then there's another level where I feel like it gave me an opportunity to express myself in a way that worked for me because I felt very disconnected from the world. Like I felt like I didn't really have a place. I felt like an alien. I'm from. I don't really fit in, which I know a lot of people feel that way. And it gave me a way to not have to be specific about what I'm trying to say. I can just kind of express and be vague. So I think that's the real reason. Actually, it gave me an opportunity to just express myself.
When did you start Commusikey?
2013 in May. That's when it officially I filed the corporate papers, and then it took another 9 months, I think, to get the 501c3 status.
What projects have you done since then?
With Commusikey, we've done lots of just little workshops. I've gone into schools, done. It's hard to keep track, A lot of the stuff is we've donated pianos. We've had pianos donated to us, and then we pass them on to people. We've delivered them. I've tuned pianos with a sliding scale so people can afford to do it, and private lessons. So I want to have the Creativity Unplugged thing is very cool. It's where you can just be creative. It's a safe space to be creative in any way you want and try things out.
What are your thoughts on corporatization of music nowadays?
I really feel like I've seen through it, just like I've seen through the corporatization of most things. How the things that we do ourselves that we don't need to pay for, It's not just music, it's cooking, it's healing, it's just about everything. And the corporations managed to figure out how to monetize everything.
Just making it a commodity instead
Yeah.
of real, genuine.
Right. Even the idea that you can own a song now seems totally ridiculous to me. That you can, because when you write a song, you're actually using other people's songs. There's no way, you can't pretend that you just completely came up with this thing on your own and that you own it. It makes no sense. So
Somebody had to inspire you.
Yeah, and we're inspired, and that's our job as musicians, is to inspire people and to give people the gift of it. And so I play for you, and you use my music, and you take it and you turn it into something else, and you give it to someone else, and it completely changes and evolves, and that's the way a song is. Like the blues is nothing but 3 chords, and they're played normally in the same order. It's the same song, played over and over again with, words that are applicable to a particular situation, and that's all. So, the whole thing, it's like ridiculous.
I understand that. Just like The Voice and whatnot, it's just like a studio sweatshop. It's not really.
Yeah, a studio. That is so well put, man. It is a studio sweatshop.
It's not really them. They're constructed to sing and perform a certain way, as opposed to their own unique and innovative ideas.
Right,
They're
exactly.
Set to sing this song like this. You have to practice. You have to train your vocals to reach these certain notes, stay in between these octaves.
But you don't even have to train your voice because they got auto-tune, so you can get it. They
got the auto-tune and Melodyne now.
Yeah.
Correct your notes.
Yeah.
Then they put the auto-tune in. It's like.
Yeah, between auto-tune and Melodyne, they got it covered. Yeah, and then plus the effects, that you can put. It's like, and most people don't even know that. And it's the same thing like with visual, what they do with the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's not human. It's inhumane. You're just like computer. It's digital. It's not really real in the sense.
Yeah. And so I do feel like, that is the main mission of Commusikey, and I feel like it's actually it's a life and death thing, because I think our very survival is dependent on us becoming more in tune with each other, and, depending on each other, supporting each other, and music is the way we've always done it. Art, to me, music covers everything. Everything is vibrations, and we use these sound vibrations to connect with each other. It's how we've done it all the time, and that was taken away from us. I really feel it's an extreme loss, and we have to get it back. And the more it actually is imperfect, the better it is. Because it draws people in. It creates a space for people to come in and not worry about how perfect they are. And, whenever you see like a group of people, and there's a certain exclusivity that goes hand in hand with this kind of perfection. And so, and I've seen it happen a lot with groups where people are like, let's say you got like a group of people and they're playing guitars and stuff. And they're just sitting around playing, but they're playing chords that most people don't know how to do. And so nobody wants to kind of just sit in and take a chance, because they know they're not going to they're not part of it. They feel excluded. So it's a very interesting little kind of relationship between being an artist and doing something that's really important to you, where you put I've put my whole life into it. So, I've practiced, and I've paid the dues. I've done the gigs that were difficult, and I've played with people that were way beyond, my perceived abilities, and so I've had to stretch, and, it's hard work. And so I can understand a lot of musicians that are kind of, they don't want to just let everyone in. It's kind of like how people feel about our borders, like they don't want to let everyone in. It's scary, and it's like they're holding on to something. And so, that's something that I'm always kind of working on, because I like to do gigs. I like to play for people, and I like to do stuff that's different and that people aren't used to, or, I like to, and it's a little different than kind of y'all come in and join me kind of a thing, and you are equal to what I'm doing. And it's a thing that our artists, I think, struggle with all the time. You know, like that, you know, how do I share my beauty, my creation, and also be, you know, a professional artist, you know, and live and survive. So it's an ongoing conversation. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you know, it's one standard anyway. It's one approach, you know, that's kind of working.
It was good talking to you.
Thank you. You know, it's fantastic. Are we done?